All right, so let's check this one out because it's a quicker synopsis of this situation. But I wanted to give some more background on some of the things we missed because a lot has happened since the last time we did a Diddy Live, and now I feel like we're way more up to speed.
Sean Diddy Combs allegedly carried pills with Barack Obama's face on them. As the rapper's federal trial for sex trafficking and racketeering continues, his former assistant, David James, shared that he often carried around 25 to 30 undisclosed pill bottles, including a set of pills that had the 44th president's face on them. James said on the witness...
Bro, so he was like putting Obama in his mouth before freak-offs. Let that sink in. God, that sounded really sus.
Stand per People magazine, who had reporters in the courtroom, there were various pills, but one was in the form of a former president's face. And when asked to specify the former United States leader, James noted President Obama. E! News has reached out to Obama's team regarding James' testimony, but has not yet heard back. Combs' stash of pills, which James testified he regularly traveled with, also included vials of Viagra, Tylenol, Percocet, Advil, ecstasy, water pills, and pills to, quote, increase sperm count. According to
Increase sperm count? Bro, he was on that stuff them porn stars were on. Or maybe it wasn't for him. Maybe those were for the male prostitutes, because we all know that, and maybe we don't all know this. Maybe other people aren't as chronically online for true crime as I am, and I understand. That's cool. It's a very dark place to be. But Cassie testified that Diddy's thing was he'd sit in a cuck chair in the corner. Y'all know what a cuck chair is, right? It's where there's a chair facing the bed, and he would be waffling his little Tootsie Roll while she was getting railed out by male prostitutes, and he would want them to finish on her, and then they would go in the other room, and he would want her to wipe their nut on his nipples. So it makes sense that he would have semen-enhancing pills, but it's still graphic and weird to me. I'm not kink shaming, I'm rapist shaming, because a lot of this stuff was done under coercion and threat of violence. So, if you're one of those people that likes to get nut on your nipples, that wasn't directed at you.
NBC News, who also had reporters in the courtroom, James testified that his former employer also required at least $10,000 in cash amid his travels, adding, and sometimes much more. Elsewhere in his testimony, James noted that Combs required him to purchase baby oil, lubricant, and condoms with cash, and would personally reimburse him for the purchases so they would remain off company books. And while James, who signed a proffer prior to his testimony, noted that he did not find Combs to be a gracious boss, he reached a point of no return in 2008 when he decided to vacate his position following an incident in which Combs allegedly threatened music rival Suge Knight with firearms.
Threatening Suge Knight with firearms might not be the best idea. I got Diddy as being a puddle of purple puppy piss on the floor if he was actually face to face with Suge Knight. I don't think without a gun in his hand, he's a baby back biatch, bro. If they ended up in prison together, Suge Knight, I can't say he'd be balls deep in him, because that's probably some shit that Diddy is on. Diddy's probably on that getting balls deep shit. Because I feel like he was using Cassie as a conduit to appease his, let's just be real, to appease his gay tendencies.
And sentence for manslaughter following a 2015 hit and run. James said on the witness stand, per NBC News, of the incident, "I was really shook up by it. This was the first time as his assistant that I realized my life was in danger. I told them I want to leave, but gave 6 months notice so I could train the next assistant." Combs' trial is expected to last until July. He has pleaded not guilty to all charges and has also maintained his innocence in separate allegations of sexual assault that have come out since his arrest.
Like a lot of them, a whole lot of them. There's been a ton of allegations of sexual assault. Literally, there's been hundreds. He's had hundreds of people come out and try to do lawsuits. Now, I'm going to give this disclaimer. I know that there was a long time where we said we have to believe all women, no matter what they're saying, no matter how crazy it is, or how bizarre it sounds, or how little proof they have, or how rich the person they're accusing is. We have to believe all women. I don't anymore. I believe when women come forward in a way that makes sense and there's factual basis And but I can't, like, when there's literally, I think it was 1,300 people came forward trying to sue Diddy. And some of them didn't even know what state Diddy was in the night that it happened. They didn't have dates. Some of them, like, there was a lot going on. And I think it became a cash grab. So I don't want to say that I believe that every single person who came forward against Diddy was actually a victim and was in it for the right reasons. I think that it would be really naive, and I think that it would be foolish to believe every single one of those 1,300 plus people. And Tony Busby didn't believe all 1,300 plus of those people, but he's had like 100 different people in lawsuits, 100 plus, where it was verifiable, it made sense, and they had the proper details to be able to pursue a case. There's another video that I want to take a look at here. This video, I want to show you a little bit of historically, some of the, the backstory of the connection between Diddy and Obama, because I don't think people understand how deeply connected they were at one point, where dude was literally campaigning for Obama. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of a thing, bro. It's kind of a thing. He was connected with a lot of really important people.
Diddy, Obama blog, Barack Obama meets Barack Obama. 4 years ago, I had the privilege to meet Barack Obama, interview him, predict that he was going to be something big, and also joke around with him, have some, we had some funny banter back and forth,
This is actually a blog from Diddy.com, you guys, that was released on the Bad Boy Records YouTube page. So, yeah, this is 1,000% real. It's old as shit.
We was really like snapping on each other a little bit. Thank God that I have, and I got a chance to meet and talk to this great man. I wanted to share it with y'all. Happy Obama Day, baby. Happy Obama Day. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Your dream is now a reality. Check out this exclusive footage. Barack Obama meets Barack Obama. Peace.
Introduce yourself again.
I don't like it when Diddy blows kisses at me. Does anybody else dislike when Diddy blows kisses at you?
For me, sir.
I'm Barack Obama. I'm the U.S. Senate candidate from the state of Illinois.
Okay. And you becoming a black Democratic senator, this is a big deal. This is a big deal.
Well, absolutely. We've got 100 U.S. senators from across the country, and right now not one is African American. So part of what we hope to do is to break that barrier, make sure that African Americans, Latinos, more women are included in the process, because the U.S. Senate makes decisions about a lot of stuff, war and peace, what we do with our tax dollars, etc.
The reason why I'm bringing up that's a big deal, because it's proof that the voting process can work if minorities and young people get involved. The disenfranchised that don't usually vote can make changes and can change the face of politics. Do you agree?
Absolutely. Listen, you're a motivating force for young people all across the country. Your music moves people. You're a trendsetter. But part of what we want to do is to make sure that.
Man, I like the way they just glaze across each other here. This is just like a solid back and forth glazing. This is before he was a president. And he interviewed him multiple other times that you can look up. But I thought this was really interesting because of how old it is. Like, this happened a really long time ago. And Diddy really did have connections with a lot of people in a lot of powerful places.